Hey guys, my name is Ben, and in this video I'm going to show you how to unlock productivity gains by using note-taking apps and generative AI together. It may sound complicated, but it's basically just using apps like Notion or OneNote in combination with AI chatbots like ChatGPT. This is going to be the future of work, so you definitely won't want to miss it. If you want your workflow to stay the same, do not watch this video because I'm going to change the way you think about work. But if you want to stay ahead of the game and get an unfair advantage over your competition, stick around. That said, hope you enjoy. You ever just straight up forget something? We all have, and that's where the concept of a second brain comes in. So you can see my second brain on the screen right now. And all this is a place for you to log information so your real brain doesn't need to keep track of it. It also lets you search through it and find answers whenever you want. So just think of it like an external hard drive for your ideas. For example, I have a second brain at work. I use OneNote and I record every detail of every single meeting I'm in. That way I'm able to recall exactly what was said in a meeting 5 years ago. I can tell you the meeting participants, what meetings happened before and after, etc. For my personal use, I use Notion, and that's what you can see on the screen here. I've got pages on the left. You can open a page and see what's underneath it, and then open a page yet again and see the pages underneath that. You might be thinking, why do I need this? But the science really backs it up. There are a ton of studies that have been done on personal knowledge management systems like Second Brain, and a lot of them come to the same conclusion that it's a really good way to enhance how you function in a really complex world and one where there's constantly emerging technologies, so a lot of new changes you have to memorize. Now let's see how the concept of a second brain can be used with AI to unlock those compounding returns. To start, I'm going to open ChatGPT on the right side of my screen and Notion on the left side. Now, Notion is my favorite note-taking app, but if you're using OneNote or Obsidian, feel free to follow along using those. But we'll also be exploring some AI features in Notion, so if you want to follow along with that portion later in the course, go to notion.so and sign up for a free account. The important thing is just to have them side by side so we can transfer information back and forth. And just a quick tip on how to snap these windows to either side of your screen. You can hold the Windows key down and press the left and right arrow keys. On Mac, I believe it's Control, Option, Command, left arrow and right arrow. Feel free to follow along with whatever project you're working on right now. In my case, I've been thinking about this business idea for a long time, but I don't know how to get started. However, I know I want it to be called the Procrastination Assassins. It's going to be like a playful take on productivity consulting, and the tagline is going to be, we kill your delays so you can slay. But other than that, I've just got a million ideas running around in my head, and I never started a business before, so let's see how this can help. The first step is we are going to brain dump into ChatGPT. So don't worry, I've already given a brain dump here, and I'm just going to copy and paste this into ChatGPT so you don't need to watch me type all that. And the brain dump is just me explaining in plain words every idea I can think of about this business I want to start. At the end of our entry into ChatGPT, we will hold shift and hit enter to go on a new line. If you just press enter, you'll send the message, but we want to add a little command at the end. And we want to say, now format this all into a neatly organized business plan, and hit enter. We got the whole plan there, right? A really long response, and it even gave us the marketing strategy, including how we're gonna brand this company, emphasize the fun and effective nature of your services. So I really like this and I wanna save it for later. It's given us the entire business plan, so go ahead, pause the video, do this with your specific use case, and resume the video when you're done. All right, done? Cool, let's continue. I actually really like the branding, social media, and workshops/webinars strategy here, and I want to save this whole business plan for later. Maybe I want to share it with someone else or expand on it, build upon it. So to do that, let's create a new page in Notion, and we're just going to copy everything, paste it in there. I like to add an emoji to each of these so that I can sort of keep track of them better, and I just like how it looks. For me, this is a business plan, so it's kind of like a document. I will choose the memo emoji here. Now hopefully we can just keep iterating on this idea instead of focusing on keeping the ideas top of mind. Going back to the external hard drive analogy. Now that we've got the business plan in our second brain, we can use it as background or context in any new conversation we start with ChatGPT. So let's start a new chat with ChatGPT. We're getting a message that we haven't paid up to Mr. Sam Altman there, but we're good. Just proceeding on the free tier for now. And we can copy the entire record by holding Control and pressing A twice. So as you can see, we've got the whole business plan there. We can hit Control C to copy and Control V to paste in ChatGPT, and we'll hit enter. So it says, I've noted that. Anything else I can help you with? And yes, we want help brainstorming an audience for the business. As Alex Hermosi says, the riches are in the niches. And we'll hit enter there. It gave some ideas, but we sort of want to find a winner. So we can say, revise considering these criteria. Again, coming from some of Alex Hermosi's recent books. They need to have a massive pain, they need to have purchasing power, they need to be easy to target, and it needs to be a growing audience as well. And we can also say to pick a winner. And let's see what it says. Looks like we've got entrepreneurs and startup founders as our key audience for the procrastination assassins. It describes why, because it met all of these criteria. With our new target audience in mind, we can now ask, what are the first 3 steps I can take to kick this off? It says to kick off targeting entrepreneurs and startup founders effectively. We don't want that. We want advice for the business as a whole. So we can just say that. We can say, I meant the business as a whole. And it's fine if you have typos in there. It'll understand what you're talking about. So there we go. We've got the steps to define our unique value prop, develop a strong brand identity, and to launch marketing campaigns. Sounds like sage advice. Now we want to be able to log this in our second brain, so we're going to ask it to format it a bit differently. List all 3, these 3 guys here, plus the sub steps in markdown checklist format. So all that means is in Notion, in the background, Markdown is what is formatting this text to be different sizes, bold, italics, etc. And we're just asking the AI to provide it in a way so that when we copy it from the chat here, we create a new page and we paste it in Notion, it'll bring over that formatting. So it's got the numbers, the bullets, the top one is a header, and let's bring the header up to the title. Boom, by pressing backspace twice there. Let's also add an icon. We can add a green check to indicate, hey, this is a checklist or tasks to do. Now let's see what else we can do. So we've already, again, got the context loaded in here of everything we want to do with the business so far. Now we can ask, generate 10 Twitter posts to engage my target audience. And if you prefer more or less emojis or more or less hashtags in here, you can certainly refine that, but I'm just going to take it as it is. Let's go ahead and copy all this stuff, create a new page in Notion, and paste the Twitter posts in here. We've obviously got to add a bird icon, and we'll make the title Twitter posts. From here, you want to add entries as you see fit, let it grow with you, and remember to, on a regular basis, scan and vet the different notes that you've made, make sure nothing's really too far out of date. So there you have it, a crash course in building a second brain and using it with AI. Just as a quick bonus, another popular use case for second brain and AI is to log the current status of something. So you're sort of giving the restraints that you're operating within to the AI, so that you don't have to keep restating them every time you start a new conversation. If I want to ask for advice on what I should do in my current situation, I could just copy and paste the current status. And the reason for that is to reduce a lot of the back and forth you'll have with the AI. It already knows you can only work on the business outside of Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. It'll already know how many employees you've got, where you live. For example, if you ask about tax code, it'll know you live in the United States. Another thing you may be wondering is when you should be using your second brain versus the custom instructions in ChatGPT. The short answer is your second brain is going to be your topic specific information or project specific, and the custom instructions are going to be what you want the AI to remember in every single conversation. Whereas on this side, we're giving instructions for, again, every single new chat The left side is going to be stuff that we pull in whenever we're working on that. So what are my custom instructions? Here they are. What would we like ChatGPT to know about us? I am a cloud financial analyst and AI engineer who's always working on self-betterment. My primary objective is to share learnings in a simple and accessible way to help individuals incorporate AI and technology into their lives. How would we like ChatGPT to respond? We say always be extremely brief. That's just my preference. I don't like the long responses. Drive the user to action. Employ direct, practical approach. Focus on real benefits. These parts are just so that the AI is focusing on giving actionable steps. And course correct if I'm headed in the wrong direction. Sometimes if you're insistent on something, the AI will just sort of follow along, and this gives it a little bit of a direction to sort of self-reflect. You as an expert in all domains are responsible for making best guesses and correcting me. Focus on abstracting the technical details of all systems the user interacts with. And that is just philosophic, what I'm looking for. As for the language, never use phrasing like it's not just a blank, it's a blank, or anything like that. Do not juxtapose two ideas like that. The reason for that is because that's such a deeply embedded phrase in the AI models, especially in ChatGPT, that this is just trying to get rid of it. There's a lot of other phrases like that, but this is just the one that's most annoying to me. I will share these with you guys, but the goal is for you to make your own, right? I'm sure you have a lot of different and better ideas than I do. And that's it for today, so consider liking the video if I was able to help you out, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.